One.
Welcome back to River City Live. I am having coffee and conversation right now with a longtime radio friend. Since meeting you, you've retired from doing a regular daily radio show. You still do voiceover work, but tell us about this project, Embrace the Boom.
Yeah, last October, it had been percolating in my mind for a while that people who I think are baby boomers, and we see it a lot now with people over 50, in fact, that whether there seems to be ageism or they can deny it all they want, there is an ageism. And I've talked to a lot of folks who have been downsized or let go, and it's always with the same phrase, we've decided to go in a different direction.
Direction is always younger.
Younger and cheaper. Yes. Younger and cheaper and less experienced. And so anyway, I still think, in spite of the okay boomer, that dismissive tone, I think that we're still relevant. And I'm one of these guys who just believes if I'm still here, I've still got a mission. And so I just wanted to launch this, and I like alliteration. So Embrace the Boom to empower and encourage and inspire the fellow members of my baby boomer generation. So if you were born between 1946 and 1964, you qualify. And you're still here for...
I'm grandfathering myself in, even though I just fell short in 66. But I like everything.
Philosophically, everybody should be on board with this, at least philosophically.
Okay, so let's talk about what it means. So there are 15 practices based on what I've read off your blog and your website. And they vary from things that I'm imagining that you've always known to things that you're only just learning.
You know, it's some of it is stuff that we've always known, but we've never really thought about it. You know, like when you say like the golden rule. I've always do unto others as you would have them do unto you. To me, I've always accepted that as that just means be nice to each other. But to me now, it means more than that. It means if you as a friend and you see me going off track somewhere, and you know that I'm getting away maybe from my core values, maybe as my friend, you will say, hey, you really want to do this? Are you really thinking this through? I've got one good friend who says, listen to yourself. You sound like a crazy person. He's not insulting me. He's my friend. He loves me, and I trust him in seeing that maybe I'm going a little off track. So part of that golden rule is also holding each other accountable with honesty, and not brutal honesty. I always get kind of weirded out when someone says I can be brutally honest, because my experience is they tend to be more proud of the brutality than the honesty.
Let's do one final practice, and that is 2 ears, 1 mouth. I think I know where this is headed, but surprise me.
It might be hard for people like you and me, because, I mean, we talk for a living, right? Well, obviously, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen more than you speak. As it, you know, I've had to be reminded numerous times, you're not learning anything when you're talking. And so I do like to learn stuff, and I am better off listening rather than speaking. And also another thing I've kind of tagged onto that is another one of those Facebook philosophies, one of those memes of, you know, most people listen to respond, not listen to understand. And so I'm doing a little bit better about listening to what is said and to what is not said. Hey, a wise man once said nothing.
So these are the kinds of pearls that folks can get on the Embrace the Boom site, which is BillJordanEmbraceTheBoom.com.
Catchy, huh?
Yeah, it works for me. It says it all. It says who you are. It says what your message is. And the 15 practices are there. There's some video there. And that part of it, free to anybody who wants to consume it. And then you also have a great reminder every morning. You can wake up and drink a cup of coffee out of your Embrace the Boom mug.
Yeah, and it is a mug, man. This is 15 ounces of whatever you want to put in it. It's tea, coffee, hot toddy, whatever people use. I use this, even, do you remember, it might be before your time, but back in, I want to say the 80s, actor Larry Hagman, there was a national thing like stop smoking, right? And it was, you put a rubber band around your wrist and you snap the rubber band to remind you to not smoke. And for me, this anchors my morning, because I start my morning every morning with very strong coffee. It reminds me to embrace the boom of where I am and to go through those practices. And maybe today I'm focused on one more than another. But embrace the boom. So as I like to say, first of all, thank you for having me on to kind of spread the word about this. Because, I mean, I think it's important. We need to embrace where we are, wherever you are in life, but especially the boomers maybe right now. So as I like to say, live your life, forget your age, and embrace the boom.
Did